Welcome to pmstudent.com, where you will learn to get started and get ahead in your project management career. And now, here's Josh.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and today I'd like to talk about how to focus in your project management career. If you've taken my course, my project management career coaching course, you know that I've got worksheets in there to kind of help you in the first section kind of lay out the long-term plan for kind of the big scope things that you want to do in order to get to your goals in your project management career. And today I'd like to talk a little bit more specifically about some techniques, some tools for implementing those things and making them happen. So you know, we have this big plan that you put together for your project management career. Part of what I talk about is your trajectory. So how do you get from point A to point B to point C and reach your goals? And then part of that is basically breaking it down into the individual steps that you're going to use to get there. But then one of the things that people run into is they try to do everything all at once, which is a problem because then you never get anything finished. So one of the things that I've implemented myself for my own personal life and in my career as a project manager, both for my teams and for myself, is Kanban. And personal Kanban is something that I've used quite a bit in order to organize my own life and make sure that I'm focusing on one thing at a time. So I'm going to recommend that you do something similar for your project management career. Here are some screenshots, some examples of different implementations that I've used. I actually grabbed this one in the top left from Google Images. The rest of these are all from Kanban implementations that I'm either currently using. Actually, these are all current implementations that I'm using for Kanban. So a physical board and a couple different tools. One is radtrack.com, which is kind of buggy, but it's not a bad tool. And then I really like leankitkanban.com, which is a tool that I use. And you can sign up for the LeanKit Kanban and do like a one-person account, which is perfect for personal Kanban for free. And the RadTrack is an open source, so that's free as well. And there's others out there like Agile, Zen, and quite a few others. So going back to this, basically, rather than trying to plan out everything in detail, and I advocate this approach with project planning, in addition to just planning out how to go about your career coaching or your career path, is don't try to plan everything out all in the beginning. Get the big picture stuff together. So do have a high level plan, like a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan for the types of goals that you want to accomplish. But then when you go about actually, you know, saying, okay, this is what I need to do this week to make this happen, this is what I need to do next week and the week after that. Basically, I only recommend, especially for your career coaching, for your career planning and execution, that you go ahead and just plan out month by month. So at the beginning of every month, sit down, take a look at your strategic plan, your long-term plan for where you want to go in your career, and break that down into what can I do this week in order to help make that happen, and what can I do next week and the next week and the next week. And then go ahead and create those as cards on your own personal Kanban board. So go ahead and create a card on your personal Kanban board, and you can, like with LeanKit Kanban, you can organize these in different ways. You see that I've got some color coding going on here and things like that. There's little indicators for if a task is blocked for some reason, and you can put in a reason for why something is blocked. So maybe, you know, some of the things that you're going to do is, you know, this week I'm gonna revamp my resume, or I'm gonna put a portfolio together like Josh suggested in the training, or I'm going to create my large resume, which has all of my project experience in it, and create a system or a process whereby when I'm applying for a specific job, I can generate my resume from that longer list and generate a concise resume that really speaks to specifically what this particular opening is looking for. Those types of things. Or maybe it's a networking thing. Maybe one of your goals is that this week you're going to go to a PMI local chapter networking event of some sort. Maybe you're going to read these blogs this week. Whatever it is, I'm going to read this book this week. Whatever it is that you're doing, you can kind of take a look at that, again, that strategic long-term plan, and make sure that the steps that you're doing are contributing to that. And then the Kanban, the nice thing about this is that it's a way for you to focus on one thing at a time. I don't know if you can see down here, but I've got a recurring list of tasks, a to-do list, which is kind of like the on deck or the pull queue. And then I've got a doing, and I've only got one thing in the doing at any given time. And then here's my done column over here. So at any given time, I'm only working on one thing, or at least that's the goal. I know that we're really busy, and sometimes it's impossible to work on just one thing at a time. You get stopped, and you got to go do something else. But Kanban really helps me to focus on doing one thing at a time. So do something like this, and it will help you to focus on what you need to focus on. Try it out with your career planning. You'll find that as you're going through it, you'll say, wow, this would work really well for something else. So go ahead and give it a shot, and we will talk to you next time. Thank you.
Get started today and get ahead in your project management career. Visit our acclaimed online training program at learn.pmstudent.com today.